Hi, beautiful, beautiful souls. Hi, my How to Wear a Crown collective. We're gonna do a reading. Boy, are we gonna do a reading tonight. We're gonna do one, or tomorrow, or whenever it is that you see this. But we're gonna do a reading. Oh, it's coming through. It's about to happen. Yeah. Sometimes I just know like it's gonna go down. And right now it's like it's gonna go down. Oh, but the need to read is what I call it. It's just this feeling, man. It just comes over and you're like, oh, something, I'm getting a message coming through. Like, when your Amazon pops up or you get the notification that says that your like Walmart delivery is getting ready to be there. And you're like, oh, it's coming. I get like a spiritual notification like that. Okay. If there was a weird pause, it was because there was a weird pause. Pretty cut and dry, isn't it? There was a weird pause because I got distracted. And I knew I was going to be distracted for way too long to recover that moment if I didn't press pause on my recording. Okay. So we're going to have a reading. Oh, so what was I saying? I was talking about, oh yeah, it's like when your delivery is on the way and you get that little notification. So I got my little notification said, "Hey, there's a reading on the way. There's a message on the way. You're gonna have to deliver." And I was like, "Oh, no." I was more excited than that actually. I was like, "Really? Ooh, I've been waiting for it," because I was thinking all day that it was the good day for a reading. That I had the space, I had the time, and that um I had the motivation and I had the desire, but I wasn't getting the news. Wasn't getting the news yet. So we're going to do a love, health, and wealth reading. This is for all the signs and everybody in my collective. How do you know if you're in the How to Wear a Crown collective? You see my face right now. That could be a really good indicator. Um, Another way is that you've read my book or taken my courses. Um, but all you really have to do to become a part of the collective is decide that you want to be a part of the collective. You got to feel into the vibe and be like, hey, I like that vibe, and then hit subscribe. That rhymed. Oh my God, I'm like Dr. Seuss, y'all. That was awesome. Did you hear that? Okay. Say you like the vibe, then hit subscribe. All right. I liked that. I'm too easily amused is what it is. But so hit subscribe if you like the vibe. I'm never gonna let that go. That might be a catchphrase for me. That might be what I say from now on. And we're gonna take a look at the areas of love, health, and wealth for my collective. Remember that this is a general reading for the whole entire collective. So some things I get and they're really specific, and then some things are very, very general. But let's just get into it. Into it, like intuition. Get it? Okay, let's get into it. Okay, we've got cards coming. We've got a pentacle, a queen of pentacles in reverse. We're in the love category right now. But don't go anywhere because we're gonna do wealth last. And I know that you want to see that. Everybody wants to know their wealth category. Okay, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. In love, why? Collective, what do you have going on? Why do you feel a lack of love? Feel lack of love, but look, you got the lover's card as your third card in the love category. So the divine is basically like, not true. You don't feel it, but it's there. So don't mistake your feeling for fact. Feelings are not facts. Just because you feel unloved collective, my beautiful, beautiful How to Wear a collective, just because you feel unloved, it does not mean that you are unloved. It does not mean that that's true. That's not true because you are loved. You're loved by God. You're loved by me. So Right there is enough proof and evidence that you're loved. But in between those two things, so we had like this Queen of Pentacles reverse that was like, I don't feel love. And then you had the Lovers card at the as the third card in that section that was like the universe was like, yeah, you are. But then in the middle, we've got all these cups that are upside down. Okay. How many cups is there? 4, 5, 6, 7? 6, 7. I couldn't even I couldn't even exist today with the date being 6, 7. That is how much the 6, 7 has haunted me in my life. If you have children and you get what I'm saying, write 6, 7 in the comments. Because I looked at the date and all day long I've been trying to do things and I have to write the date on freaking everything because I'm an adult. So we always have to keep with the date and the time. And all day long I was like 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Ah, I can't wait for this day to be over and to get to 6, 8 so that that will stop happening in my brain. Okay, but it is 6, 7. It's June 7th. It is what it is. Um, there's where did I how did I get there? 4, 5, 6. So there were 7 reversed. But what's funny is that it's the feeling again, it's the feeling of having the reversal of the cups that all the things in the love are upside down. And but what I'm seeing in the card is like a myriad of different types of love. There's this type of love and that type of love and that type of love and this type of love and this and that and that. And it's like all these like 7 different kinds of love, and I can't feel any of them because the belief system is there that I am not loved. But if we switch that belief system from I am not lovable or I am not loved to I am loved and I am lovable, guess what? Boom. You're going to be able to feel all of that beautiful love that is around you all the time right now. Okay. You can learn about how to switch belief systems in a beautiful, conscious way. It works. It is rooted in facts. I actually have what do you want to call it? Data. So I take data. I take data. No, I create statistics for my program so that there's evidence behind my program and why it works and with a scoring system of before and after women or men. There's been men that's taken my program too, but it's more women take my program, and that before and after gives us some numbers, and it's like 122.22% increase overall in love, health, and wealth. And then there's breakdowns in the feeling of love, health, and wealth. And it's like, how do you put numbers on feelings? Well, it's a scoring system that we use before and after, and then we put those numbers together and we get the percentage increase. And you start right here with the book, How to Wear a Crown, a practical guide to knowing your worth. And it's actually as your workbook. Oh, the filter thing as your workbook for the program. So what's great about this is that when you buy the program, um, you're going to get access to all the tools. You don't have you if you're more of like an audiobook person, sorry to like get all markety right in the middle, but it just came up. Um, if you're more of an audiobook person, you get free access to the audiobook and you get the workbook PDF printable copies are included. So you don't have to buy anything else. If you buy the program, you get everything. Um, but most people like to get the hard copies too because there's just something about it, right? Okay, let's move on. So if you're the reason I was talking about it was because if the belief systems are a barrier to you being able to feel the love that's in your life, we need to get that changed, right? We need to work on that because I want you to be able to feel the love in your life, and you want to be able to feel the love in your life, and God wants you to feel the love in your life and know that you're loved and feel it and believe it. So that's how we do that, is by changing those belief systems. And that's one of the core healings that we do through the How to Work On program. Okay, let's talk about health. Let's talk about health, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things you're gonna do to be healthy. Let's talk about health. I'm not gonna apologize for that. I had fun doing it. Y'all got me in a funny mood. You're lucky today. I'm not always this entertaining, I promise. Sometimes I'm on here like, blah, 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 King of Pentacles, blah. Um, Today I'm in a fun mood. Right now I'm in a fun mood. So we'll enjoy it. Let's just enjoy it together, me being in a fun mood. Um, Maybe you'll catch it. Maybe it'll be contagious. Maybe it's you. Maybe I caught it from you. Are you in a fun mood? Ooh. Hmm. Okay, so we got some cards coming for health. The first one is the death card. You're gonna die. No, just please don't listen to me when it comes to that. No, that was a joke. That was a joke. The death card does not mean that. It means change. So you're changing some things in the area of health. Collective. What are you changing, collective? Let me know in the comments below. What is the big change here? What what needed to go and then what needed to start? That's kind of like two questions that I want to ask you. Something needed to go and then something needed to start. So you let go of something and that has drastically improved your health. And then something needed to start and you started it and that has drastically improved your health and will continue to drastically improve your health if you continue to stay away from the thing that needed to go and to continue doing the thing that needed to start, whatever that is. We've got forward movement, forward movement, forward movement. If you take a look at these, if you can see them, both cards have horses that are going the same direction. And the direction is forward, points forward in the way that I read. And so they kind of mimic each other in a way. So it was the thing that needed to change, the thing that needed to go, and then the thing that needed to start. And both of those are really propelling you forward on an amazing health trajectory, which I love to see. So they mirror each other and they work cohesively together, this thing that you had to let go of and this thing that you had to begin. So good job to those. And there's our last card. Um, did you have to, okay, so did you have to sacrifice something in the area of, well, did you have to pay? Might be something around money that there might be something around money. Hang on. You had to sacrifice money to get this help. Was it money that you had to let go of? Beliefs around money, maybe a job or a certain career or a way that you were making money you had to let go of so that you could have better health. And then or you had to stop worrying about money or change relationship with money or what else was money? I'm seeing downsizing. So like not caring about, right? We're not keeping up with the Joneses or the Kardashians or anybody anymore. Um, Giving up comparing yourself to others in terms of money to be healthier. but I'm really seeing something around the change in career. Like you had to give up. Maybe there was like a really good something was going something was like good money but not good for you, or something was like easy money but felt made you feel corrupt, or I don't know. Something about money that you had to give up, but it made you so much healthier. Let me see. And it empowered you. You did not the way that you were making your money before did not make you feel powerful. You felt very disempowered in the way that you were making money. Like maybe you were making a ton of money, but you had um a boss that just really kicked you around or like put you down, or a toxic work environment where you came home feeling really disrespected all the time, or you made a lot of money, but you had to like sell your soul to the devil basically, or you were chained to work and you didn't feel like you had a life, so it like made you lose your confidence around um because your relationships were failing or other things in your life were failing. So it just made you feel like not, it affected your sense of self-worth, this way that you were getting money. Even if it wasn't a lot of money, it didn't have to be a lot of money. This doesn't have to be like a big cut in money. It just, whatever you were doing to make your money was affecting your sense of self-worth. And that's why you're getting healthier now without it. Okay. Enough of that. Enough said. Enough said with that. Good job. Good job for choosing you. Good job for choosing yourself. And if that's you, if that resonates, please tell me something in the comments. I like hearing from you guys about if something, you know, resonate. Lets me know. I got my peoples. Okay. Why are no cards coming out for wealth? Are we still stuck on health? What else with health? What else with health? What else with health? Yeah, we are still grief. Okay. So we're stuck on health because the other thing that you need to do to move forward in the area of health is to grieve. And you're looking at all loss, 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 loss. You've had a lot of loss and you're looking at that loss and you're focusing on that loss and you're ruminating on that loss and you can't quit thinking about that loss. And I get it because that's grief. Um, but maybe get a grief counselor, maybe find a grief support group, or just let yourself feel the hurt and the pain and all of the emotions that come with that grief. Okay. So that you can, there is things here. And that kind of goes hand in hand with what was in the love part. It's I can't feel the love that's around me. So if you've lost people, if you've lost places, if you've lost things, and it's not allowing you to feel the things that are here currently because you're so consumed and overwhelmed with the grief of what you've lost, you're going to get even healthier and then you're going to be able to feel your love again. So the grief was the missing is the missing piece. So you let go of the job, but then there's also still on this healing journey, uh, healing and dealing with grief. Okay. You have to face those losses. Okay, can we move on to wealth now, spirit? And maybe that's the thing that you need to start doing. Maybe that's maybe that's the Knight of Pentacles energy, the other horse with the forward movement. The thing you needed to change, okay. The thing you needed to change was the thing with the money. The thing you needed to let go of was the thing with the money. And the thing you need to begin doing is a grief healing process. Okay. Let's move on to wealth. If I'm allowed. If I'm allowed, we will move on. Hang on. Okay. We finally got a wealth card, y'all. Just fell out in my lap. Okay, we got our number two wealth card. Oh, introspection. Introspection and wealth. You need to take a look at it does feel very, I normally give this whole speech about how wealth isn't just money, but this feels very much about money. It just does. It feels like cash money, like what is in your bank account. You need to be more conscientious about your money. You haven't been looking. Maybe you avoid looking because you're scared of it. I don't know. Sometimes it can be scary to look at the bank account when everything's on auto pay and you don't know if you're gonna what kind of money you're gonna have that day, or it's just really tight and like you want something, but you're probably not gonna have it, so you're like, that's not I want to look. Or you don't want to look at what your credit score is because you're like, oh, it's gonna be bad. You're like, I don't even want to know. I just rather not know than be disappointed or then feel bad about it or feel bad about myself because I had to see what all the dumb stuff I was been spending money on and that's why I don't have any. It's facing the truth when it comes to money. So shining a light on the details of your money. Sorry, collective. Look, you you gotta look at it. If you want to fix that aspect of your life, you have to take a look at it because you feel impoverished. There's this card that comes out for me that represents like a poverty feeling. I don't feel like I'm in abundance. I don't feel like I have enough. So you're not feeling like you have enough money, but it's because you don't have enough money. And you don't have enough money because you don't pay attention to your funds very consciously. Okay. If you have a savings account, you need to know how much money is in your savings account. If you have a savings account that accrues interest, you need to know how much interest your savings account accrues and what that means in actual dollars and cents and how much you're earning on that. If you have stocks, you need to know if your stocks are paying you out or if they're getting reinvested back into your portfolio to continue to build uh, you know more generate more revenue for you. If you have a business, you need to know how much money am I spending to fund this business and how much am I profiting off of this business. If you have a job and taxes are coming out of your W-2, out of your paycheck on your paycheck stub, you need to know how much money is going to taxes. That's the kind of detail, like attention to detail about money that I'm hearing and feeling like you need to start doing. Does that make sense? Every penny, said Spirit. Every penny. Those are your pennies. Every single penny. You want to know where it's going and why it's going there. And if your intention and your motive for it going there is appropriate or not appropriate, in alignment with your value system. Okay, so if I'm spending, for example, if I'm spending $270 a month on entertainment apps, streaming apps, music, the TV and internet, and all the Netflix and the Hulu and all the things, and Apple this and I pay a subscription to play a game I like, and like if let's say I'm spending $270 a month on entertainment purposes. And and then I look in there and I realize I really only utilize two of those entertainment sources frequently enough for it to be worth it for me to have all of these. And I could be taking that $200, I could be spending $70 on my entertainment things and then taking $200 and putting that in my stock account or in my savings account that accrues interest. That there's and saying, that's not, I don't want to just blow money or let money just fall in the garbage for something I'm not even using. I'd rather it be here. I'd rather my money be making money for me. If that is more important to you, move the way that you're doing your money. Okay. Um, even if it's a little bit is what I'm hearing. So even if it's $2 that you're spending on an app or something, but you don't use it, take that $2. I heard $2. I saw a $2.99 in my vision. An app that costs $2.99 a month. And we think, what is $2.99? So somebody just got called straight out with your, I don't know what it is that you spend $2.99 on an app. But and we think it's no big deal. It's just $2.99. But $2.99, if you take that and you put it in your stock account or in your savings account that accrues interest, that it's going to grow and grow and grow. And the next thing you know, your $2.99 is grew up into $10.87, and then it grew up into $27, and then it grew up into, like it grows. So you could take that $2.99 as a seed that you plant and turn it into more money. And even just that small representation of how money can work for you is going to be motivating. And you're going to go, I turned $2.99 into $48.32. So cool. Maybe I could do that more. Maybe I could do that bigger. Okay. So, what it's going to do is make you feel not wealthy anymore. How you will end up feeling is not like a millionaire. Okay. I'm just going to be real with you. What you are going to end up feeling from taking this advice, okay? Because we can choose to take the advice or not. All right. So if you can choose to keep on not looking. All right, you can choose to keep turning a blind eye, pull the wool over your own eyes to your money, and you can stay in the exact same place if you want to. Um, we have free will. You're allowed to do that. But if you want to take the advice and you do want to go on a little journey of taking a peek at your money and trying to do something different here, um, where you will end up in the um, near future, okay? I don't have the timeline, but is a place where you it's gonna kind of hurt. It's gonna be a little painful. You're gonna feel a little wounded. You're gonna look back and go, oh gosh, I can't believe I made it through that. Like it's gonna be a gut punch. Ugh, right? It's gonna be like one of those things that kind of makes you a little bit like, I can't I can't believe that I acted that way. I can't believe I didn't know that all this was going on with my finances. I cannot believe that I could have been utilizing my money in all this in these different ways for all of this time and I wasted it. Ugh, it's gonna feel like that, okay? But though you're gonna be a little like ouch, like woundy on the other side, you're going to make it to the other side. That's what's being shown to me is that you're gonna make it to the other side and it's gonna be you're gonna be looking back at it from the future. Um, you're gonna be looking back at the past like I made it through that battle. Like I did it. You're gonna feel a little bruised, but you're gonna make it. And then let me see if spirit will let me know a different feeling that could come in the future, like a different state of being that could come from that even further. Can we see like the next stage of if that journey continues with the money relationship with money and looking at the details with the money. Yeah. So you will feel abundant, you will feel resourceful, you will feel empowered around your money, you'll feel in control, and you will feel like you balance and juggle things really well, and you'll be proud of yourself for that. Um, Let me just ask AI what this baby blue color is really sticking out to me as important, and I want to know what it means. What does the color baby blue or sky blue represent energetically? Peace, innocence, and clarity. So that makes a lot of sense. So clarity is what you will gain. You will be so clear about your finances, and that's going to bring peace of mind instead of this place that you're in right now where you're not having peace of mind around money because you don't know what's going on. You can't have peace of mind about something that you don't know what's going on. You all you know is it's problematic and I don't like it and it makes me feel bad. That's not enough. You can't, that's not enough to know. You need to know more, um, and go through it with a fine tooth comb. Go through your finances with a microscope. Okay. And then you're going to make it through it. Ow, bruises. And then you're going to end up here where you're in control, you're happy, you feel abundant, you feel wealthy, you feel in control of money, you feel resourceful, you feel like um, money is flowing around you in a really particular way that is how you want it to flow and move. Money flows and moves how you want it to flow and move, and that you juggle and handle money appropriately and in a way that is in alignment with your values. You're going to feel so good. That's distant future. Near future is the wounded warrior. Okay, wounded but made it. Um, and proud, survive. And then distant future is clarity and the balance and the juggling it well and the feeling proud and all the stuff that I just said, and the baby blue energy. So since baby blue came up as an energy, um, wear baby blue. Paint your office baby blue. Get this thing off my screen. Paint your office baby blue. Use baby blue and sky blue in some conscious ways to help you attract that vibration sooner or faster. And then also, if there has been if you've been repelled or like, I don't want to say disgusted, but like resistant to the color baby blue, that could be why. So that tends to happen for me when I utilize like color therapy and the energy, uh, frequency and energy of color in my personal journeys. Like I'll realize that I've been like, no, like very just like opposed to a certain color, and then I'll step into a new frequency or energy, and then I'll be very attracted to a color that I'm used to not being attracted to, and it has everything to do with the energy and the frequency. So um, try to pull that color into your life, and if it doesn't feel good, just use it in small amounts. Try to get, it doesn't have to feel good to have that color around you. It just, let's just get it around you and make it, feel more familiar. Okay, we're after familiar. Okay. Um, one. Okay, now we're gonna pull what we call, make sure my light stays on. Okay, we're gonna pull a How to Wear a Crown Divine Guidance card from my personal deck. This is the deck that I created based on my book that I showed you earlier. All the themes from the deck are from themes and healings that come from the How to Wear a Crown, a Practical Guide to Knowing Your Worth. If you want to get the book, if you like the vibes of these cards, you'll love the book. And if you do want to grab it, in the description box below, along with everything else that you could possibly want to know about me, about my work, and what kind of things that we could do, your offers, freebies, different things. It's all there, worth taking a peek. And merch. I'm wearing my college merch today. I'm not wearing my business merch. Normally I am when I make these readings. I'm wearing like a piece of the merch and I can show it off. Today I didn't. All of me loves all of you is our overarching energy, and it's a main theme energy. These are the names of chapters in the book. So I think it's chapter 11 is all of me loves all of you. And basically, this just means accepting and loving all of the parts of yourself. And as we go through these healing journeys, where we're changing belief systems and we're grieving and we're growing and we're having to look at our past mistakes around the money. There's going to be these parts of ourselves that was like, oh gosh, wasn't I irresponsible? Ooh, wasn't I this? Wasn't I that? But this just means embracing all of that. It's all part of the experience of life, about of growing up, of growing into who you are meant to be. We all have past pieces of ourselves that we look back on. It's a little cringe, but you can send love, right, to those parts of yourself that were naive or lacked understanding. Okay. Um, so as you go through this journey, I want you to keep in mind um, that idea of unity of parts of self. And it also represents the fact that all people have the journey of unifying themselves. This is just a universal journey that we all go through. That is what it means to kind of come into your truth and come into yourself, is unifying all the aspects of yourself into your true whole self. So knowing it kind of means all of me and all the parts of me and as a wholeness, loving and honoring and seeing that that is also what's taking place in you. Um, and just like you, the things that have come up in this reading, I get them, knowing not being able to accept love because I didn't feel like I loved myself, or not being able to feel the goodness of life because I was in a grief process, not being able to, um, being repulsed to look at my own finances, um, and having to heal my relationship with money. I understand all of these things. That's why my program is How to Work Around Uplevel Your Life and Love, Health, and Wealth, because I went through those journeys too. I'm on them as I continue to evolve. And so all of me loves all of you. And there's three things that I want every single person that enters my realm to know as they leave, okay, to take with you as you leave. And it is that you are worthy, you are powerful, and you are full of potential. Now, here's the kicker. You have to say it for yourself. So say it with me. I am worthy, I am powerful, and I am full of potential. Thank you for being here. What's up, collective? This was amazing. Take this advice. I love you guys. Look at all the stuff below in the description. Hit a like button, throw a comment, hit the subscribe button like you're in a boxing ring. Just hit that subscribe button hard, okay? All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you next time.